Okay. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. And we'll be doing a chanting practice. I have thought of 4 chants that we'll do. So I'll do an invocation and then there are 3 more chants. We'll also look at the meaning of some of them. So depending on that, we'll see how long this goes on. So when I'm chanting, I'll keep everyone muted. So you can chant along if you know the chant, or you can just follow along. In some cases, it's just a one-line chant. Maybe you can follow along. Otherwise, you can just tune in and listen to the chant. These chants are mainly from the Hindu and Buddhist tradition, but I see it as more like how my favorite person who chants, Krishna Das, says, we're singing those divine names, and we're singing to the love that is in our heart. These divine names are nothing but that love that lives in our heart, and that is what we are calling out to. And as we chant, there is a frequency encoded in each of these chants, and the part of us that resonates with that frequency becomes more significant, and we return to that love. So essentially, that's what we're doing here. We stay aware of the sound and the chant that we're doing, and if we see that we're distracted, we return to that sound again and again. No judgment here. So we know that our mind moves around. So if you see that you're not with the chant, just come back. So that's our practice. And just tune in, be receptive, and be open. Okay. So I'll start with an invocation to Lord Hanuman. And this chant essentially praises his virtues and all his deeds. All right. प्रणवो पवन कुमार खलबन पावक ज्ञान गण जसु हृदयागार बसहि राम सर चापधर अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं तनूजवन कृशानुं ज्ञानिनामाग्रगण्यम् सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि कोष्पदीकृतवारीशं मशकीकृतराक्षसम् रामायण महामालरत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो सलिलं सलीलं यशोकवाही जनकात्मजायाः आदाय तेनैव ददाह लङ्का नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं प्रपद्ये श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलालनं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततिरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनम् यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिर्नमत् राक्षसान्तकम्। बोलो बजरंग बली हनुमान की जय। So this is a chant which praises Hanuman's devotion to Lord Ram and also the various deeds he has done. So it says, the son of Anjana, the son of the god of wind, and we say that we see you wherever Lord Ram's name is chanted. You are present with your head bowed and with devotion in your eyes. And we say you have your eye on the entire universe. So paripurna lochanam, like you have the complete vision which can see every devotee of yours. And you are like the wind and destroyer of demons, both inner and outer, right? And that you're the one who helped with Sita's grief. So a lot of the deeds, all the demons that he's killed and so on. So that's the essence of what we're saying, but we are praising that Lord Hanuman and the essence of who he is. The most intelligent, he's also known as the most humble, right? His humility as well as his courage and his strength. So all of that, he embodies all of those qualities. So that's what we are bowing down to and remembering. All right, so the next chant we will do is, we'll chant the names of Lord Shiva, and this has a very interesting backstory. So this is from the Shiva Stuti, and the backstory goes that there is this character called Kakbhushandi. So he was and he's telling the Ramayana to Garuda, who's the ride of Lord Vishnu, and he says, how is it that you came across so much wisdom? This crow, right? He's in the crow form. So he says, many lifetimes ago, I had a family, I was in human births, and I wasted many human births without thinking of devotion or wisdom, right? Without being sort of aligned to that. And I wasted a lot of human births, and in one of the births I lost my family to a drought that hit my village, and his family couldn't survive because they were weak, and he was young and strong. And he says, I moved to the next village and somehow I got some food and I survived. And so I was very distraught and wondering, what is this life about and what is it all about? And I see a Shiv temple, and he enters that temple, and he sees a priest who takes him under his refuge, and he says, you can stay here and you can serve the devotees here. And he starts to do that, but still, even after that, when the priest says, why don't you take refuge and I'll initiate you and so on, and he says, no, I'm not interested. So it takes him even more time to sort of say, okay, let me take refuge. And he finally does that. And then he starts to go and give spiritual sermons wherever he goes, because the priest is now old and this guy is young, so he's the one giving sermons. So at one point he gets so arrogant that he thinks he's the big one here. So when the priest, his teacher, enters, he doesn't even everyone else stands up and bows to him, and he doesn't care. He just sits there and looks at him. And this priest is said to be a great devotee of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva appears and he curses this Kakbhushandi to be a crow, right? And and to go to hell and so on, right? And so he says, and the guru, and they say the disciple is so dear to the guru more than his own children. So he appeals to Lord Shiva saying, please don't do this, don't curse him like this, please take it back. And so Lord Shiva says, no, I cannot take it back, but I can reduce it. And I mean, he can change it, right? So he blesses him saying, you'll be a crow, but you'll be an immortal crow. And he will be, so he is said to transcend time and space. So he is said to have witnessed, as in he's still here, he's still supposed to be there. And he's apparently witnessed the Ramayana play out 11 times and Mahabharata play out 17 times with different endings. So it's a very fascinating story. The whole concept of how the transcending time and space, and how this is all possible, and varying endings to the epics we know. It's very, very fascinating. So, and this chant, of course, is the chant that the priest does to Lord Shiva is about praising him and his qualities, right? Saying that you are nirgun, right? You are the form that is liberation itself. You are the supreme Brahman, he says, and you are without any limitations and without attributes and beyond time. And he says, I worship you. And he says, beyond the Omkar which has its root in you, you're the formless one, and you're beyond words, knowledge, and the physical world. And you are the terrifying one who devours time, which devours everything. And you're also the most compassionate one. So this is what he sings to him in this chant that we'll do. And yeah, and that's what makes Lord Shiva say, okay, I will forgive your disciple, but I can't take out the curse, but he'll have all these blessings. So he's said to be he himself was a great devotee of Lord Rama, so he stays close to that. So he's able to witness all these epics so many times played out for that reason. So yeah, very fun story. I've been very fascinated with the story over the last few months, so wanted to share that backstory there. All right, so now we'll do the chant. Namisham Nirvana-rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Vedaswarupam Nijam Nirgunam Nirvikalpam Niriham Chidakashamakashavasam Bhajeham Nirakaram Omkaramulam Turiyam Kirakyana Gotitam Isham Girisham Karalam Mahakalakalam Kripalam Gunagara Samsara Param Natoham. Har Har Mahadev Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadev Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadev Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadev Shambho. Har Har Mahadev Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadev Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har हर हर महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे हर हर महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे हर 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 महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे हर हर महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे हर हर महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे. All right. So the next two chants I want to do are Buddhist chants. So one is it's called the Heart Dharani Sutra. It's a chant to Avalokiteshvara. So Avalokiteshvara is known as the great Bodhisattva. He's the embodiment of compassion. So he's said to have said, I will not take on enlightenment until every being in every realm is enlightened and freed. So he's that compassionate. So he's said to have delayed his enlightenment, though he can have enlightenment like that, like in the next moment. But he said, until every being is enlightened, I'm not going to take on enlightenment. So, and he's supposed to be the great compassionate one who takes the deepest, darkest side of us and purifies it, and he welcomes even our deepest, darkest side. So he's also known as the great being of compassion for that reason. And so we are saying to him, walk with me as I walk this path. And he's also known to be the earthly manifestation of the eternal Buddha Amitabha. And so we'll chant this beautiful chant called the Heart Dharani Sutra. And I will share all of these chants later in the group, so along with the meaning. All right. Namo Ratnatrayaya Namo Arya Jnana Sagara Varochana Vyuharajaya Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Namo Sarva Tathagatebhe Arahatabhe Samyasam Buddhebhe Namo Aryavalokite Shuraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Tadyatha Dharadhara Dhiri Dhiri Dhuru Dhuru Iti ve iti chale chale pura chale kusume kusumava veli mili chitti jvala mapanaya soha. All right. So the next one and the last one is the Karaniya Metta Sutta. So Metta, as we know, is loving kindness, and it's one of the four Brahma Viharas, Brahmic abodes, that the frequency you can reside in, which is Karuna, Metta, Mudita, and Upekha, which is compassion, loving kindness, equanimity, and joy. Yeah, feeling joy for others, right? In others' joy, Mudita. So, yeah. And when it comes to loving kindness, the Buddha has extolled the virtues of loving kindness and a lot of benefits that come from practicing loving kindness. So, it is said that you'll be dear to humans and animals, you'll be dear to, and no poison can harm you, no weapons can harm you. Firstly, you'll have very good sleep, you'll not be troubled by nightmares. So a lot of benefits of loving kindness, as and that is why it is one of the four Brahma Viharas. But in this particular sutta, he says how to practice loving kindness, right? And I'll just read the meaning first before we chant. So he says, this is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. So let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove. Wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and not to be born, and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings. Radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, one should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding or the Brahmavihar. By not holding to fixed views, the pure hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. Okay, so that's the promise of loving kindness, and that's how the Buddha says we should practice it. For me, this particular sutta is very dear because whenever I've heard it, it feels like it is encoded with that loving kindness, and it fills my heart with that energy. So I hope it does the same for you. So I'll chant this. You can just tune in. करणीयमत्थ कुशलेन यन्तं सन्तं पदन्नभिसमेच्छ साको उजूच सुहुजूच सुवचो च समुदो अनतिमानी सन्तुस्सको च सुभरो च अपकिच्चो च सल्लहुकवुट्ठी संतिन्द्रियो च निपको च अपगब्भो कुलेषु अननुगिद्धो न च कुद्धं समाचरे किञ्चि येन विन्युपरे उपवदेयुं सुखिनो वा खेमिनो होन्तु सब्बे सत्ता भवन्तु सुखितत्ता ये केचिपाणभूतत्ति तसा वा थावरा वा अनवशेषा दीघा वा ये महन्ता वा मध्यमा रसका अनुकतुल्ला दिट्ठा वा ये च अद्दिट्ठा ये च दूरे वसन्ति अविदूरे भूता वा सम्भवेसि वा सब्बे सत्ता भवन्तु सुखितत्ता न परो परन्निकुप्येथ नातिमन्येत कत्तचिनं किञ्चि प्यारो सनापठिगसंज्ञा न अन्यमन्यस्य दुःखमिच्छेया माता यथा नियन्पुत्तन् आयुषा एकपुत्तमनुरक्षे एवंपि सब्बभूतेषु मानसंभावये अपरिमाणन् मेत्तञ्च सब्बलोकस्मिन् मानसंभावये अपरिमाणन् उद्धन्नधोचतिर्यञ्च असम्बाधन् अवेरन् असपत्तन् रिक्तञ्चरन्निसिन्नो वा सयानो वा यावतः स विगतमिद्धो एतन् सतिन्नदिष्ठेय ब्रह्ममेतन् विहारन्निदमाहु दिष्टिञ्च अनुपगम्मा शीलवादस्सनेन सम्पन्नो कामेषु विनेयगेधन् न हि जातु गब्बसेयन् पुनरेति. All right. So that was the chant session for today. And hold on, let me unmute everybody. Okay. And yeah, I just want to mention that I'm doing this. I've been offering these chanting sessions every week, and I was doing it as a part of a course, a 6-month course, and I have like 4 more sessions left. And if you want to join, I'll share the link out as well. It's free and open to all for the next 4 sessions. We just practice for half an hour once a week at this time. All right. Anything anyone wants to say? You can unmute. Thank you, Beena. Thank you, Chavi. Are you able to unmute? Let me know if you're not able to.
Thank you, Smitha.
Thank you.
Yep, I'll have to leave now.
Yeah, sure. No worries. Thank you.
Thank you, Smitha. Thank you so much. You rekindled the once when we were doing Rainbow Body Sangha, and how deep and resonating and loving some of those chants were. You reciting those just reminded me. So thank you so much. I'm going to listen to it for the rest of the day.
Thank you. No, that's where a lot of these chants, that's where I learned them and I got interested in them too. So yeah.
And you have a beautiful voice. I don't need to tell you, but thank you so much for taking us all along in your beautiful musical journey. And plus, yeah, do share the link. I will join the rest of the 4 session if timing aligns.
I will. Thank you so much for everyone for joining. Thank you.
Thank you, Smitha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you, Smitha.
Thank you.
Thank you.